Awesome. Rohan Patel, comic book movie. Hey Olga, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. I'm talking to you, so this is pretty cool. Um, you're awesome in the film, and I just want to know because I think your casting was like one of the most secretive things about the whole process. So, what was your whole audition process just like?
It was an offer to my great, great happiness, and I was very touched, and it just came out of nowhere. Yeah, it was mostly just I just jumped straight in it and started preparing the part.
Awesome, awesome. And so, like, since this Taskmaster it has like a much different origin story, did you look into the comics at all for research, or did you look for like because Antonia is like she's very abused, like she has this really bad relationship with her father, or did you like look for? Is that somewhere else that you look for inspiration?
Well, but that one, it was just I just made explored it more and made it up, for me, for myself. And of course, we spoke, Kate and I spoke about it, Kate, the director, and we wanted, we were both on the same, um, you know, on the same note, like agreeing that we had to show that humane part to her, and that pain, and that it's someone who is struggling between what she's made to be and what she would have loved to be if she had the opportunity. The lack of freedom, the manipulation, the lack of choice, the physical and psychological trauma that she endured, or more than one, throughout her, her past, well, her past and her childhood. And that was an important bit to uh, this this taskmaster, because here we were going to see beyond the facade, beyond the cold-blooded killer that seemingly has, you know no feelings. um, and I think it's a very complex character behind that is very confused, which could be explored in lots of different ways.
Yeah, no, you were absolutely incredible. And like so like you mentioned Kate who knocks it out of the park, and like I know you've worked like this is not your first big blockbuster. You worked on James Bond, you did Oblivion, but like those were all directed by Joe Kosinski, like men. So like what was your experience having a female at the helm this time?
It was great. I loved Kate. She was. It was. There was this feeling of, which I don't know, which I felt like we were understanding each other. Not that we don't understand each other, with, when they're male directors. Obviously, there is always like exploration, but there was, we were, our sensibility, since the our, we were sensitive to similar things. It was this female sensibility, um, and she was so gentle, and yet she had this strength. It was such a beautiful combination, and it was so nice how she just lived through every scene. um, she would watch behind, in the monitor, and she would just really, like, I could see she was living through what the characters were living. Like, she would laugh or cry, or like literally experiencing all those emotions, so she was with us 100%. um, and it was really nice to see her, give that feedback and realize that it was working already, and provoking those feelings in her. And obviously she was the boss, and she was just inspiring me, what it concerns. you know she was inspiring me to be more and more, to give this humanity to the character. Um, and I'm grateful because you know, I wanted to give it all
Mm,
to her.
awesome. And so like yeah, and when you have that big turn at the end, when you're like freed from the mind control, and you have a lot of reason to be angry at so many people, but you play it a much different direction where you seem like thankful that Natasha like freed you, and then you sort of give her this closure at the same time. Um, what did that mean to you just to be like that actress that was able to give this character that so many people love that closure and to sort of
I think,
start a new
well,
journey?
yeah, I think it's a great moment, and it's nice that we see a glimpse of it, because obviously, as I said, the character is just, you know, the facade is pretty straightforward. It's a cold-blooded killer, a very well skilled, dangerous, almost unbeatable, and then um, but she's in prison. She is, and to get rid of, well, to have it fall apart and that facade to fall off for a second, and or for longer, who knows, it depends, what there is after for her. But um to see that glimpse of humanity and realization, and for the potential freedom is important and inspiring and beautiful. I think it gives her lots of opportunities to go many different ways, and obviously it's the character who can start exploring what exactly happened to her. I'm not sure she's able to do that while she's under the spell, because I don't think she's even able to
Mhm.
think straight. She believes what she's told and what she's fed. Um, uh, and freedom gives lots of opportunities, and that character has them in the end.
And then we know this is Scarlet, the end of the story for Scarlet, and but it's like this is a brand new character that you get to explore. And I read that I think your son is a bit of a Spider-Man fan, so I know like Taskmaster has a bit of a history with Spider-Man. At least, so is that like a Marvel character you maybe want to see Taskmaster cross paths with down the line, or have you like thought about where you want to go?
It's interesting. You're the only one who asked me that. Yeah, I mean, my son would be thrilled to see that. I mean, he would love it. He's just like, not a long time ago, a couple of days ago, he was running around in the SpiderMan costume, and he's still into it.
Yeah,
And yeah, he obviously now has seen some bits of the film, and yeah, he loves it. So
so yeah,
I
I
guess,
can't imagine.
yeah, it's cool about Taskmaster that she can replicate, other people's moves, and it's like, for them it's like fighting with a mirror, and it's really cool. She could be anything, she could be anyone. She just takes it from others and copies them, so it's a pretty good skill to have.
Yeah, no,
And how do you beat that?
yeah, no, it's so cool what you get to do with it. And so I don't want to keep you too long, but I just have to, because I'm a huge fan of your role in Oblivion and with Tom Cruise, and that was such a underrated movie. And I was just wondering, like I know it's been years now, but if there were ever any talks of like a follow up to that or a prequel or anything, if you remember?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure, but if there were, again, like these, like when projects are cool like that, I'm always on for another ride. You know. I,
Where do you think your character would be today, or
sorry,
like where do you think Julia would be like 7 years from when the movie ended?
oh gosh, it's hard to. I mean, it could go anywhere. I don't know. I don't know. She probably has. Uh, I don't know. She could have lots of kids, or lots of husbands, because it's the same person,
Yeah,
obviously, who is cloned, and we understand that there's so many of them. It could be very interesting. I mean, there's a lot of places the story can go.
yeah, no, awesome. Well, I love that. I mean, I love Black Widow too, and you were great at Taskmaster, and congratulations on the film. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.